All right. I think we are good to go now. All right. So like I was saying, I want to appreciate all of you for taking time to be part of today's training as well. It has been 2 weeks, and you will have determined to continue with the program to the finishing. So we want to appreciate you for coming thus far. We appreciate you for your commitment, appreciate you for dedication, and for your resolution to continue until you finish the program. Thank you for taking your time to join the meetings. We appreciate you. And thank you for all the shares. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes. They have been helping to get other people to be aware of what we are doing. And we appreciate all of you for your massive, massive, massive participation and contributions. This is being possible because you are making yourself available to be part of the training, and we appreciate you for that. So today, we are going to look at Unit 3 of Module 3. And in Unit 3, we are going to look at emotional intelligence in decision making. Emotional intelligence in decision making, right? So emotional intelligence in decision making. So yesterday we were looking at emotional intelligence in leadership. We that is a day before yesterday. We're looking at the decision or the emotional intelligence in leadership, and we look at the various ways you can incorporate, intelligence, emotional intelligence in leadership issues. So today we are going to we'll see on that, and we are looking at how you can incorporate emotional intelligence in decision making. All right. So emotional intelligence in decision making shapes how we make choices because our choices are bordered around how our emotions influence them. Do you understand? So by influencing our understanding of our emotions, all right, both our own and the emotions of others. So the choices we make in life, the decisions we take are 99% influenced by our emotions. And how we control our emotions determine how qualitative our decisions can be. Do you wonder why two people may take decision, but you discover that the other person have a better decision, and then the other one have his own wrong decision? Do you understand? So decision making is very, very important, and what influence our choices or our decisions is our emotion. So we have been talking about being of self-awareness, or being aware of yourself, who you are and what you can do. We have been talking about self-regulation. That's putting your emotions in check, in control, to know what you need to do per time and what not to be done. So we have been saying this, we have been talking about so many of these things. We have been, because they are so critical in emotional intelligence, we have been mentioning them: self-awareness, self-regulation. We talk about empathy. We talk about several other things that you need to do. Some of them we have been repeating them because of how critical they are. Do you understand? So I want to see that we are following up very well. So today we are saying that emotional intelligence shapes how we take decisions, how we make our choices. And so how can we integrate emotional intelligence into decision-making process? So how do we integrate, right, emotional intelligence into the decision-making process? This is one critical question you should ask yourself. You have been taking decisions, you have been making choices. So now that you have understood what emotional intelligence is, at least to some extent, how am I going to incorporate, how am I going to integrate emotional intelligence into my decision making, into my choices now? I want to take a particular course. I want to take a particular journey. How do your emotion influence? I want to buy a particular car. Are you buying just for pride? Are you buying for show? Or are you buying for the sake of convenience or for the sake of mobility? Why are you buying this car? Some people buy for show. Some buy for the necessity of mobility. Some buy it for several reasons. Do you understand? Just to go and pride with somebody that I have bought a car. Do you understand? Car of 100 million, a car of 250 million. I buy a Rosio of how much? 1 billion, right? Some buy it just to demonstrate their class. Do you understand? There's class conscious. So we are influenced differently. But as for yourself now, how are you being influenced by your emotions? What even influenced you to participate in this course in the first place? Is it because it's free? Is it because you want to know what emotional intelligence is all about? Is it because you believe that it will help you in your career and your personal life? Because what influences you may determine how you even apply the knowledge you get from this training. Do you understand? If for the sake of how you coordinate your activities and even in your workplace, then it will be more beneficial for you. You can apply this knowledge and get the result they want. But some people will just get a certificate. It's just a part of the collection, just to build CV for the building sake. Let me add to my CV. Let me add to my CV. Do you understand? But some just come, get the knowledge, apply the knowledge, and get the result after it. So now, how do you integrate emotional intelligence into your decision-making process? Integrating emotional intelligence into the decision-making process can enhance outcomes and foster healthier interactions. Do you understand? So there are certain strategies that you can effectively incorporate in emotional intelligence that will help you to take effective decisions. Number one is self-regulation, or self-reflection rather. Self-reflection. Self-reflection. Encourage individuals to regularly assess their emotions and how these feelings might influence their decisions. So journaling or meditation can be helpful in this situation. Do you understand? This can be helpful. That is, you take note of your emotions, how you feel. You understand? That's what we call journaling. So it can help you to know and understand how you yourself you are feeling. Self-reflection. Do a reflection of yourself. How this emotion influence you, how you have been influenced, how are you being influenced? Do you understand? So that will determine the kind of outcomes that will come from your decision-making process. Do you understand? So it's very important that you should do something like that. Are we together? Then number two, active listening. You see, it's as we have been, some of these concepts are so important in emotional intelligence that it's as if every topic have them. Do you understand? It's as if every topic is having them, but it's because of how important they are. Today we just finished one meeting, and I wanted to say something. I have not finished it. I've just started. Somebody was stopping me, and I told him that one of the key components of a peace ambassador is to listen. So your ability to listen and listen attentively determine how you can, control your emotion and influence your decision-making process. You understand? Because sometimes we don't listen. That's why we take wrong decisions. So I have to ask him to wait. When I'm done, he can contribute. When I finish, I asked him now to contribute. He did not contribute again. Well, he was stopping me. Do you understand? So that's what it means. He said, let the elders talk. But he was stopping me. So that's what it means. So emotional intelligence is very important. Put your emotion into check. All right. Put your emotions into perspective. Even when somebody is saying something that is not welcome, just try to listen first. Try to listen first. And if you feel that someone is is saying is speaking so long that you don't know when the person will end the talk, you can seek for permission. Please, sir, can I also say something? You can call for the person's attention. Please, sir, can I also say something? Do you understand? You seek for a permission. Even though it may be it may be somebody that you can just stop. Please, just listen to me. Let me also talk. You can say something like that, but you don't need to say it like that. For the sake of respect and for the sake of the fact that the person may not feel that you are interrupting him, seek for permission. Please, sir, can I also say something? And if you are given that opportunity, fine. If you're not given that opportunity, you can still listen and then still ask for another decision, another permission to the privilege to talk as well. Do you understand? Until you have it, and then you can say your own point. But stopping and interrupting somebody is not correct. And I have said it. It doesn't matter who is talking to you. It can be your child. It can be your wife. It can be your husband. It can be anybody. It could be your even employee that you are paying salary. It does not mean that you should shout the person up and say, stop. Oh, it doesn't listen first. Listening is one key component of leadership. Any leadership that does not listen, that leadership cannot go far. So, empathy training. Offer training session focus on developing empathy so that people can learn how to take decisions with people in mind. So that it will not just be about them and how they feel alone, but they will take decision putting other people's perspective into consideration. Do you understand? Understanding other people's emotion. If I should take this decision, how will this person feel? And then you ask other questions. Like, if I am the one that this kind of decision is going to take concerning me, how will I feel? So by the time you are able to answer these questions, I bet you'll take better and informed decision. So empathy training is very important. It's one of the way you can integrate emotional intelligence into your decision making. Number 4 is stress management techniques. Stress management techniques. What are those stress management techniques that you're going to put in place that will help you to integrate your emotional intelligence into decision making? So we have some of those strategies or some of those techniques, like one we talked about yesterday, mindfulness. All right, mindfulness practices. All right, mindfulness. We'll talk about meditation. Talk about brain imagination. Do you understand? Talk about meditation and all of that. Mindfulness. All right. Then relaxation. You have to relax. Stress management. When you are stressed, please relax, take a stroll, do the same. So to help individuals remain calm during another one, which is encourage dialogue. Create a culture where sharing their thoughts and emotions. This openness can lead to more collaborative decision making. Right? So Let's look at some of these things. Encourage open dialogue. Don't create an environment whereby people are afraid to make contributions. Be open. Let them say whatever mind they want to say. You understand? We just finished the meeting of our state chapters now. And, we had a convention and somebody criticized some of the things that were done or given to him during the convention. So it was an open discussion. We accept it and we accept to improve. And we also express the challenges that were confronting us at the time. So that is how it is, open discussion. Encourage it. Let people say their mind the way it is. Because it's better they say their mind than they harbor something in mind that you don't know. It's more dangerous. That's why I prefer someone talking to me than somebody keeping quiet. If I talk to you, talk to me. Let's discuss. But when you withdraw, you don't want to share, then it's more dangerous because I feel that maybe you're having something in mind against me or against whatever that we're talking about. So it's better you share your mind, you share your thoughts, share your feelings, express yourself the way it is. So encourage, leaders should encourage this. Leaders, if you're a leader, encourage open discussion. This one, open conversation. Let people speak honestly and what is in their mind. The truth. I heard of a story whereby a man, and sorry for the ladies, a man caught a lady or his wife cheating on him, and then the man. So normally it's we expect someone to react now. You caught red-handed. So you expect someone to react now. Do you understand? And then the man whose wife was cheating on him saw it and then excused them and left and go his own way. And later he returned. When the man must have gone, do you understand? The man returned. And then he did not say anything concerning the matter. Did not talk about it at all. Did not say anything. So the woman was confused. Do you know what she did? She packed her things and back to her father's house. Why? Because she did not know what the man was thinking in his mind. Do you understand? Maybe the man is planning death or not. She don't know. So the best way is run for your life. It's because the quietness was very dangerous. So please encourage what? Open dialogue, communication, open discussion. Scenario analysis. So use role playing or scenario analysis to explore the emotional impact of potential decisions. Do you understand? This helps teams to visualize outcomes and consider emotional consequences. Do you understand? So we talk about role playing here in the past, right? We talk about scenario analysis as well. Do you understand? We're also going to consider some cases here in terms of simulation and other case studies in this unit. So then feedback mechanisms, implement feedback loops to evaluate decision outcomes. So discussing what worked and what did not work can enhance emotional awareness for future decisions. So discuss it. What worked or did not work well or did not work at all. Discuss it again, you make better decisions. Do you know that this training, do you know that I'm learning from it more than I'm even training you? Myself. It's like I'm also training myself. Do you understand? I'm also training myself. Because now, I must tell you the truth. Nothing but the truth. I'm telling you the truth now. If I want to respond to somebody now, Whatever, if it's I'm typing a message, I'll type and hold on, read it again. And if I notice in my tune that it's not sounding well, I will delete it and tap it again. Do you understand? That is how this training is also influencing me. Do you understand? So I'm learning, and if I'm to respond on phone as well, or in a conversation, this training that I'm training you now runs into my mind quickly. Do you understand? So that I watch out my response, so that I will not be teaching you something and me myself I'm being victim of it. Do you understand? So me too, I'm learning as much as you are learning as well. It's also widening my horizon. So that is it. So it's not only you that you are benefiting, me too, I'm benefiting. So that's why I'm so committed to this. So diverse teams, all right? So foster diversity within teams, as varied emotional perspective can lead to a richer discussions and more comprehensive decision making. Talk about diversity yesterday, and we say that in the work environment or any environment you find yourself, even in the same family, we have diverse attitude. Do you understand? Diverse behaviors, diverse elements. So allow people to contribute their different opinions, say what they want to say, then you harmonize and harness all that they have said and come and make something out of what they are saying. And then it will make more impact. It make more meaning. So these are the strategies you can put in place to do what? To integrate emotional intelligence into your decision making. Let's look at balancing emotional and rational factors in decision making. Balancing what? Emotional and rational factors into decision making. Balancing emotional and rational. When we talk about emotional and rational, it's not everything that you do that is rational. You understand? Some of the things are physically influenced by emotions and may not be ideal, but you do them. So balancing, how do you balance the two? Acknowledge emotions. Acknowledge emotions. So recognizing and validating your feelings, understanding your emotional state or your emotional state can provide valuable insight into your motivations and concerns. So your ability to recognize how you feel, all right, will determine how valuable your motivations are, your concerns are. You understand? Because sometimes we are motivated wrongly, but because of the way our emotion influences us, motivation. Someone is going to picnic, and you ask, what is the motivation? Why are you going to a picnic? Do you understand? Some don't even know the reason. They are just going because others are going. They say there's a picnic going on there, so me too, I will go. They just move. So, but if you acknowledge your emotions, you will know what is pushing you to go. Maybe for the sake of relaxation, for the sake of maybe just keeping off from certain activities and then having your time to refresh or whatever. So whatever is the reason, know it. Whatever is motivating you, know it. And how you know it is determined by how far you recognize your own emotions. Then, number two, how do you balance? Gather data. Gather what? Data. Support emotional insight with factual information. Use data and evidence to inform your decisions. Don't take decisions in vacuum. Let your decision be based on something, on quality data you have, information. In project management, you cannot carry evaluation without monitoring. Before you conduct evaluation, you must do monitoring. And monitoring give you the data, give you the information that you need to evaluate. Do you understand? So whenever you want to take decision, your decision must be based on something. Always say, based on this and this and that, this is my decision. All right? Considering this and this and this is my decision. I think if you can take your decisions like this, it will be better. Somebody say to you, I'm traveling to Abuja. Maybe it's a free car. You understand? Then you just go and follow. Because you have a free car, then you just go like that. Why are you traveling to Abuja? Your decision to travel to Abuja is based on what? What are you going to Abuja to do? People say, oh, let's go and protest. Why are you protesting? You understand? Oh, somebody say, oh, they are protesting. Let me go and see how they are protesting. He went there. This protest that happened in Abuja. Do you understand? Someone just left the house to go and watch what was happening. He did not return. A stray bullet just took him. So sometimes, why do you go and watch people protesting when you yourself are not protesting? What is the essence? During that period, I did not even go out. We did not even come to the office. We were just inside. Do you understand? No, let people who want to protest. Maybe they know their reasons why they're protesting. They know what influenced them. Because some people may not be hungry, but they are protesting. So they call themselves activists, right? They are protesting for the people that are hungry. So they know what is influencing them. So like the Senate president who said, some people were at home eating because they have nothing to influence them to go and protest. So gather data and take decision based on the data available to you. All right? So don't take decision in vacuum so that it will amount to nothing. So set clear criteria. What are those criteria that you need to consider? What must be in place for your decision to be considered effective? So define specific criteria for making decisions that include both emotional and rational factors. This framework can guide you in evaluating your options objectively. All right? Like I said, you take decision, you say, based on this and that. Do you understand? The decision to offer a professional diploma training, we started with the certification, and then we still want to give you something that will be much more valuable. Even the one we issue to you have its own place in every place. Do you understand? And this one I want to offer to you now also have its own place, which may be higher in terms of value than the first one we gave to you. Do you understand? So that's what it means. So we introduce it based on certain factors, and we are committed to doing this based on certain criteria that we set in place for ourselves as an organization, and a responsibility for our society, and to our country. So this is why this training is very, very important to us, and we are not willing to withdraw. We are committed to continue. Once we are done with this one, already the flyer for the next one is already set. So it will be out by tomorrow at most. So that will start. So like I said, the next training is going to be different. We're going to register people so that we know who is participating. So even though it may be hosted on Facebook, on YouTube, but only those who register will get a certificate. To anybody who want to participate should register for it and Anybody who, in the course of maybe sharing, the person see it and join the training, they will still wait for the next batch to participate fully and get the certificate. Do you understand? So we are not stopping. We have several courses that we're going to train people on. So next year, every month we'll be having training. Every month, different courses. For those of you that are prepared to learn and know much about peace and conflict and other subject matter that are related to peace and conflict management, just prepare to learn. We are ready for you. So we talk about reflect on past decisions. Reflect on past decisions that you have taken, decisions that you have made. How effective were those decisions? Now, when you were angry and you took any decision, what it was the outcomes? And now compare it with the decision you are taking now that you are not angry. How effective it is. Now, when you are angry, most of the decisions we take when we are angry, 99% are wrong decisions. You can agree with me. Anytime you are angry and you take decision, just consider it to be a wrong decision. It can never be a good decision. In rare cases, if at all. So don't take decision when you are angry. If you must take decision, calm down. When you relax well, then you can take decision. Otherwise, you send your wife packing. After she might have gone, you still carry yourself, go there and bring her back. Wrong decision. You can beat your child, lock him or her out because you were angry. And then maybe from there, she started sleeping or he started sleeping out. You are responsible for that. So whenever you are angry, calm down before you take decision. But you take decision when you are angry, it's problem. So reflect on your past decisions and see how well they have been or not. If your decision in the past have not been well, what do you do? Improve. And what make you to improve? How much information do you have at your disposal? And what are the criteria in place? Once you have those things put in place, then you'll be able to take quality decisions. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindful techniques to enhance self-awareness. This practice can help you to recognize when emotions might be overwhelming your rational thought processes. You understand? So that's why some people, when they take decision, will say this is an irrational decision. That is, it's not thoughtful decision. You just take it out of your emotions. So emotional decisions that are not put in check, that are not put in a thoughtful process. Do you understand? Always come out to be negative decisions. The impact is always negative. The outcome is always negative. Available. When we consider certain factors, the truth of the matter is they are monetized. These programs, we promoting them and people register it for a price. People register it for a price. Do you understand? We offer them the training and they pay us a fee for it. You're getting it free here. Why? We consider certain option for at least we as a body, as an institution, the best thing we can do for our society is what? What impact are we offering in real terms? So anybody who doesn't have money cannot learn anything. So, and and if care is not taken, these are 100% people that cause a problem in the society. So it's better we give them the opportunity to have the knowledge. If they have the knowledge, our society will be better. So consider so many options, and then we'll consider introducing this. Even to announce a 1-month training, there are so many sacrifices we have to make for this to work out. As I'm talking to you, I'm in my office now. After service, I had 2 meetings today. I had meetings from 4 to 5:30 with our academic students, those that are doing our academic program. After that, I have meeting with the state executive. This is our chapter executives from 5:30. In fact, I have to excuse them that, this meeting, we have to end it because I have training by 7. And then from the meeting, I enter here in the studio. All of this happened in the office. Do you understand? So since 3 p.m., I'm in the office. This is on a Sunday, right? I'm supposed to be at home, right? So this is some of the sacrifice. So evaluate the options available. So we are committed to making our society better. So this sacrifice is just small compared to what is required. So this structural approach allows you to weigh emotional responses against rational considerations. All right. Take a step back. When emotions run high, pause and reflect before making decisions. That is in situation whereby you are put under certain pressures. Sir, man, take a step back. That is what we are saying is that pause, reflect before taking the decision. Nobody should rush you into taking any decision. Sir, calm down, let me think. When I'm done thinking, I'll tell you something. I'll give you my word. You understand? Don't rush into taking decision. Nobody should rush you to go and buy a property that tomorrow you'll be crying. Nobody should rush you to go and take a loan that tomorrow you'll not be able to pay back. It's going to be a problem. You understand? So you have to consider all of these factors. Very, very important. Consult others. Consult what? Others. Seek input from trusted colleagues or friends. They can provide rational viewpoints and help identify any emotional biases in your thinking. Have you ever had a situation whereby your friend advised you that, sir, I know the decision you want to take is quite good, but why not consider this and that? I think that you are going too far. Do you understand? Please, you are going too far. Don't go too far like that. Consider this option. Consider these other approaches to your decision. Do you understand? And then you will still look at what they say, and then sometimes they help you to take quality decisions. Do you understand? Instead of taking decisions that will be so destructive. Some of us use our own hand and destroy whatever we have. But the way we take decisions. So we're going to look at case studies and simulations to practice applying emotional intelligence in real-world leadership areas, right? And simulations. So we'll look at the case studies first, and then we'll look at the simulations, right? To practice those things that you need to do to apply emotional intelligence in a real-world leadership scenario. So let's look at some of the case studies. Case study 1. Case study 1. The underperforming team. Now, as a leader or as a manager, or as a team leader, you discover that your team is underperforming. This is what we're talking about. A case study one, the underperforming what team. You realize that your team is underperforming. What are you going to do? All right. So we say case study one, the underperforming team. Let's consider this scenario. Now, as a manager, you notice that your team performance has declined, all right, over the past few months. All right, team members seem disengaged and unmotivated. This is what you have noticed from your team. They are not motivated, they are so disconnected and so disengaged. Do you understand? They are not committed at all. So as a team member, you notice this. There's a decline in performance. This is the scenario. So what do you do? If you not tell me, what will you do in terms when it has to do with emotional intelligence? Eh? When it has to do with emotion, what do you do? So first and foremost, you set out the objectives of what you want to achieve in this scenario. When this scenario is like this, what am I aiming to achieve by trying to address it? So you set your objectives, right? So that has to do with emotional intelligence, because you discover that your team is so disengaged and unmotivated, and they know that something must influence them, something must happen. Do you understand? So you set your objectives that has to do with emotional intelligence. And then what is this? What are the objectives here? You consider emotional intelligence, emotional awareness rather. Emotional awareness. The objective, one of the objectives that you set out to achieve is to bring out emotional awareness. All right. So as a manager, you must identify your own feelings of frustrations and the emotions of your team. That is, first and foremost, what makes them to be disengaged and unmotivated? You are asking this question. And why am I frustrated? Why is that? Okay, your team is underperforming, so you are not happy. Because every manager wants to get some kind of glory. Do you understand? And the glory is not there now because your team underperformed. So you are frustrated, you are disappointed. This is your feelings. And why do you feel the way you feel? So you have to understand first and foremost your emotions, and then try to understand the emotion of your team. What makes them to be so disengaged and so unmotivated? Because this is what you discovered by the case study you are dealing with. So now you want to go into discussion. And the next one is empathy. Do you understand? You also consider the empathy aspect of it. You as a manager, you should understand potential reasons for their disengagement, all right? Such as personal issues or work stress. This may be issues that are making them to be disconnected, disengaged, and unmotivated. Some may be personal issues, some may be work stress and other factors. Do you understand? So how do you now bring the issue of empathy here to see how you'll be able to resolve these issues? Sometimes as a manager, you listen to your subordinates. You discover that some come to the organization with personal problems, and their personal problems affect the productivity of the workplace. Do you understand? Okay, a person whose children has been, sent away from school on account that he has not paid school fees, and this person is working with you, and this particular person come to work so dejected, so frustrated, so disappointed, so confused, so doesn't know what to do because the children are at home. School fees have not been paid, and this person come to work, and then the atmosphere is so tense because of the way, because of what is passing through. and then the mood also change. This person is not communicating. Do you understand? It's not lovely like you used to know him, and so many other challenges. And then it's affecting the workflow. It's affecting the performance of the team. So what do you do? So this is what you discover. These are personal problems. These are not work-related issues. Do you understand? Because as far as you are concerned, you are paying him salary. If he does not pay school fees, maybe there are other needs and demands that are taking the money you are paying him. That's why you cannot meet up with the school fees. So it's a personal problem, but you can intervene by show of concern. That is empathy. So, but what are the points of discussions here? What is the discussion point here? Now, you want to approach your team to discuss with them. All right, this is what I'm talking about. So, what are the discussion points here that now that you want to approach? Now, these are the things you have discovered as a manager. These are the things you have discovered considering this case study, because you try to evaluate why your team is so disengaged and unmotivated. And these are some of the things that you realize. You realize that, okay, some of them have personal problems, some of them have work stress issues and all of that. Now, you want to approach them with a discussion. So what are the points of discussion here that you are going to approach this team? Let's look at them. So how can you approach your team and discuss this issue with them? I hope you can hear me. So having challenges here, small, small. Do you hear? Can you hear me now? All right. If you are part of this meeting, you can do a share it with someone, share it with your friends, let them also know what's happening here, so that they know that there's a free training they can participate in, and then